Greetings everyone, my name is Steve Van Oostenbrugge and I am the Executive Director from the Institute of Certified Professional Managers. Let me start with something we all know but rarely say aloud. A lot of people really don't like working in teams. Gallup's 2017 State of the American Workplace report showed that only about 1 in 10 employees naturally thrive in a team environment. And the majority only do well when the team is led by a genuinely competent manager. So when people say teamwork is frustrating, slow, confusing, or unfair, they're not wrong. And they're definitely not alone. Today I want to break down why teamwork often feels broken, what team reluctance looks like, and most importantly, what skilled managers do to fix the situation the moment it happens. Later, we'll talk about why the Certified Manager and the Certified Supervisor certifications matter so much. Because these credentials don't teach you how to manage, they prove you already know how. Let's be honest. People don't hate teamwork. They hate dysfunctional teamwork. And the research tells us exactly why. Way back in 1979, Latane, Williams, and Harkins identified what's something called social loafing, the tendency for people to put in less effort when they're in a group. So when someone feels like they carry the team, they're not imagining it. The science backs them up. Then there's psychological safety. In 1999, Harvard researcher Amy Edmondson found that people participate more when they feel safe speaking up. Fast forward to 2015, and Google's Project Aristotle confirmed the exact same thing across 180 teams. Psychological safety is the #1 factor in successful teamwork. Another problem is a lack of clarity. McKinsey's 2017 research shows that organizations with clear role expectations outperform unclear ones dramatically. Yet most teams operate in a fog. No one knows exactly what they own. And don't forget meetings. MIT's Human Dynamics Lab, led by Alex Pentland in 2010, found that the best teams share time evenly. But in most meetings, a few people dominate while the rest check out. So when people disengage, it's not laziness. It's the natural response to a dysfunctional environment. Team reluctance almost never shows up as open resistance. It shows up quietly. People sit back. They stay silent. They avoid eye contact. They nod along to get through the meeting. They contribute the bare minimum. And that behavior lines up perfectly with Edmondson's 1999 findings. When people feel safe or unsafe or unclear, they withdraw to protect themselves. Correct? It's not safe. So if you've seen this in your team, that's the signal. That's your moment as a manager. Now here's the part that matters. Everything we've talked about, psychological safety, role clarity, equal participation, these are not new ideas, folks. These concepts have been researched for decades. They show up in management literature, leadership development programs, organizational behavior courses, and every major study on team performance. Competent managers are expected to already understand why people withdraw in groups, why roles matter, why safety influences participation, why meetings fail, why teams fall apart without structure. These aren't optional skills, folks. These are the fundamentals. A manager who doesn't know these things isn't just unprepared. They're putting their team at a disadvantage. And this is exactly why competency validation matters so much. So when a team starts to struggle, what do capable managers do? First, they build psychological safety. They say things like, disagreements isn't disrespect, your voice does matter here. That simple statement alone changes the entire emotional temperature of a meeting. Next, they bring clarity fast. They define who owns what. They outline the goal. They explain how decisions will be made. Clarity removes fear and creates momentum. Then they structure the meeting so everyone participates. They invite contributions. They check in with the quieter members. They create space for every voice. And finally, they follow up. A private conversation with a reluctant team member can reveal concerns that were never spoken out loud. This is what competent management looks like. It's not magic. It's not charisma. It's the application of well-known, well-studied management competencies. The same competencies that are validated through an ICPM certification. Now let's connect this to something important. The Institute of Certified Professional Managers doesn't claim to teach you how to manage. The CM and the CS programs are not training courses. They are competency validation programs. Earning a CM or a CS certification means you already understand foundational management principles. You can apply them in real situations. You know how to recognize team dysfunction. You know how to correct it using proven methods. You've been objectively tested on these abilities. And that matters. Because anyone can call themselves a manager. Anyone can claim to know leadership. Anyone can say they understand teamwork. But a CM or CS certification proves it. It tells employers this person has demonstrated real management competency. Not because they said so, but because they've been evaluated and certified. It tells your team you're being led by someone who knows what they're doing. It tells your organization you have a manager who understands how to prevent the dysfunctions that research have been warning us about for decades. And it sets you apart from every other manager who relies on guesswork. A CM or CS certified manager doesn't panic when teams struggle. They don't hope things resolve themselves. They don't blame the team. They respond with proven tools, researched methods, and validated competencies. That's the difference. That's what elevates a manager. And that's why having a CM or a CS credential is so powerful. Admit it, teams are complex. People are unpredictable. But competent managers, the ones who actually understand these concepts and apply them consistently, create environments where people actually want to participate. And if you're the kind of manager, the CM or CS certification is how you show the world you've mastered the craft. It's how you differentiate yourself. It's how you prove you know what you're talking about. And it's how you separate yourself from the crowds of managers who simply hope for good teamwork instead of building it. If you want your team to thrive, start by validating the skills you already have. That's what ICPM certifications are all about.